Hiya there everyone, it is Milo here and I am back for the final two stages of this Telltale Part 3. This is going to be stage 7 and 8 of Act number 1. Now we're going to continue on using the same team. Usually when I'm facing people I would have brought in the team as you've seen above, but I've actually sent that Joshua off on a scavenger mission, and if I put in my other Joshua he's fully maxed out on tier 4 and that will distort the team grade and what I was going for with having that team. So I thought I would leave it and just continue on with my zombie killing team, which is going to make things a bit more difficult, but at the same time we'll get through it. We have battle items for a reason, don't we, Laurie? Yes, I'm still talking to my Laurie. Although I need to seriously stop talking to the Laurie. And all we're going to do is all I'm going to do is basically sorry, I just lost. Yep. I think I have issues too, probably, maybe, I'm unsure, but all I'm going to do is just use those battle items if I get in any trouble. But being this early stages, these guys should hopefully do enough damage to be able to get rid of these opponents fairly quickly. I will obviously have to be using my replenishers, as you saw, because I don't have a healer, which is a big iffy thing when it comes to this team. Why it's not good for people is that isn't also like another reason why it isn't good for people. Sorry, I mind lapse there. And that's what I'm going to do. So basically just use the replenishers and anything else. Might have to use a smelling salt because Michonne keeps getting smashed by all these alerts that coming up. And that's what I always talk about with having these mixed or rainbow teams, is if you do have one outlier like Michonne or Michonne, I should say there, who is the green, then it can be very difficult if you come up against opponents that are heavily red, as you see there, or heavily the opposite trait, because they will just kill them in 5 seconds. That's the second time she's died already, even with replenishers trying to top her up. She just keeps dying. Not this wave because we've got a bit of friendly, but then it goes out to her big sister there, the fast Michonne, who just died because we come up against a few strong. So that's what I always say when you have these mixed teams and you don't have these two team trait things going, because it doesn't help spread out your damage ratio, so you lose those characters very quickly, which you just saw there. I lost Michonne twice and her big sister was getting smashed up there in that last round. So that's what I always try and put out there, is that if you can have a 2 trait team, it's always a handy thing. I will be using a mixed team later on in these acts, just to show you, I guess, what you have to do with that in regards to that, being that you are weakened a bit. But I prefer the 2 trait teams. I know I always go on about 20,000 times. You're probably like, just shut up, you got your point across already, but I just think it is 10 times better and more productive when it comes to these people stages, and also even in Raiden I think it's a lot better, and it's a lot harder taking on a team that is 2 traits than it is a team that is mixed traits. I find the mixed trait teams fairly easy and to be honest pretty piss weak. They're really easy to kill and they don't give you much hassle, and that's the honest truth. Like if I go into a raid and see a team that is a rainbow team, I sort of cheer because I know it's going to be a cruisy ride and I'm not going to have too much difficulty with them. If I come in and I see a bunch of reds and blues, then I think, that's a bit more harder. If I come in and see a bunch of yellows and greens, it sort of makes me think, especially if I have the opposite trait coming in, you have to think those things through. So I definitely am not really a huge fan of rainbow teams. In saying that, it doesn't mean that a rainbow team can't work, and it doesn't mean a rainbow team can't be strong. It's just all combinations I've seen of rainbow teams have been fairly weak, and I guess when it comes to Raiden, I've not yet seen a good combination of rainbows that have gave me any sort of hassle or threatened me in any way. But that's okay. I will use probably the 3rd act. I'll use it where it has the S1, and I'll see how we go with it there. Now, I'll have to sort of show you the different way you have to go about using a rainbow team compared to a 2-trait team, and sort of show you the weaknesses, but also maybe possibly some strengths that they do have. We'll wait and see. So that was the last few stages. Got through it fairly comfortable. Had a people one there on 7, and then a zombie one there on 8. There's Bert, 200 4-star recruits and some supply points. As always, thanks for watching.